All right, so today we're going to be talking about writing linear equations in slope-intercept form from a table. So in this, okay, remember slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, where m is my slope and b is the y-intercept. Okay, remember x and y are just a point on my line. That's going to play in part in what we come to in a little bit here. All right, so we're going to write the equation. So the first thing I need is to find my slope. And remember that slope can be found, okay, by finding the common difference. So on my x, I'm adding 1 each time. And on the y, I'm adding 5. So my slope is going to be 5 over 1, or just 5. Now the y-intercept. Remember, the y-intercept is where x is equal to 0. So on my table, do I have x equal to 0? I do. Okay, that is right here. So what is the y value that goes with it? Well, 100. So my y-intercept is the point 0, 100. Okay, so now I have all my information to plug into slope-intercept form. Oops. Okay, so my m is 5, so we get y equals 5x plus 100. Okay, so let's look at another one. Now remember, we do have another way to find slope, and I'll show you that in the next example. All right, so we're going to look for our slope. So remember, we can find slope this way. So the difference between 8 and 11 is 3. 11 and 14 is 3. And 14 and 17 is 3. And I'm adding 1 over here. Okay, but remember, I can also take and pick 2 points on my line and plug them into this formula here. Oops, I had turned my camera. Okay, and I'm going to do my y2 is 17 minus 8 over 3 minus 0. Which gives me 9 over 3. Which that is equal to 3, which we would have gotten here, right? 3 over 1. So my slope is 3. All right, so do I have somewhere where where our x is equal to 0? I do, right here. Okay, that's my y-intercept. It's the point 0, 8. So my equation will be y is equal to my slope, which is 3x plus 8. All right, so what do we do if we don't have a y-intercept? Notice here in my graph, I don't have where x is 0. I can still find what the equation is. So I'm going to start by finding my slope. So the difference between 18 and 23, so 23 minus 18, and I'm adding 5. Just double checking that 28, the difference between 28 and 23 is 5 as well. Okay, and I am adding 1 over here. So my slope is 5. All right, now I'm going to pick one point on my line, okay, and I'm just going to pick the top one. It doesn't matter, I could pick any of the 3. Okay, and this is going to be my x and my y for my thing. So in order to find b, I'm going to take and plug in all the information I do have. So I know my y is 18, my m is 5, my x is 4, and I'm looking for b. Okay, well, I can solve for b. 5 times 4 is 20. So I have 18 equals 20 plus b. I'm going to subtract 20 from both sides because it's a positive, so that cancels out. 18 minus 20 is a negative 2 is equal to b. So my b is negative 2, or the point 0 comma negative 2. All right, so now I can actually plug in to my equation and actually write the actual equation, because here all we did was find our b. That is not our final solution. All right, so I'm going to erase this so we've got this, so I have space to write. So now I get y is equal to 5x minus 2. Okay, we'll do another one of these. So we're going to find our slope. So the difference between 13 and 20 is we're adding 7. And we're adding 1 over here. Okay, so my slope is 7 over 1, or just 7. I don't have where x is 0, so I'm going to plug in and find. Again, I'm just going to pick that top point just to make it simple on myself. So I'm going to get So I'm going to get 13 is equal to 7 times 2 plus b. Because remember, we're using this form here. Okay. So we're going to end up with 7 times 2, which is 14, plus b. Subtract 14 from both sides, which gives me those canceling out. So I get a negative 1 is equal to b. So my y-intercept is the point 0 comma negative 1. Or you could just say negative 1. So what is my equation? So I get y is equal to 7x minus 1. And that's what we have. All right, so let's look at one other couple other examples. So looking here, okay, 4 to 8, I'm adding 4. Here to here, I'm actually subtracting 8. 0 to 2, I'm adding 2. I'm adding 8. So 1 to negative 1. I'm actually subtracting a negative 2. Or subtracting 2. -1 to 3. I'm adding 4. 3 to 2. I'm subtracting 1. And from here, -2, or 2 to -2, sorry. I'm subtracting 4. So I don't have a real concise pattern. Now, so let's see, we need another way to find this, right? Okay. So remember we have the formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, I'm going to pick 2 points on my line, or in my table. It does not matter which 2 I pick. Oops, those are supposed to be 2s, not 1s. Okay, so I can plug them into this formula up here. My y2 is 0 minus my y1, which is 4, over my x2, which is 3, minus my x1, which is 1. And I'll go down here and I'll show you another set of points here, and so it doesn't matter which set of points. So 0 minus 4 is a -4. 3 minus 1 is 2. -4 divided by 2 is just 2. All right, so I'm going to pick another couple set of points, and we'll do okay, so those are the red. Let's do okay, I'm going to use those two. So I'm going to get 10 minus 2 over -2 minus 2. Well, 10 minus 2, that's 8. -2 minus 2 is a -4. 8 divided by a -4 is a -2. Sorry, I forgot to write my negative over there. So I came up with the same answer for both. So it works, okay? So now I just have to find the y-intercept, right? So in y equals mx plus b, so I'm going to kind of take out this here, guys. So we found our slope. And now we're going to look at, all right, I'm going to pick just 1 point. So I'm going to pick that one there. Actually, let's do this one here. All right, so I'm going to get 8 is equal to -2 times a -1 plus b. -2 times -1 is a +2. Subtract 2 from both sides, and I get 6 is equal to b. So my y-intercept is the point 0.06. Oops, did not mean to go to the next question. Okay, so my equation for this one is going to be y is equal to a -2x plus 6. All right, let's go ahead and